Until you've used a setup like this, it's hard to understand how much time and sanity it actually saves. I mostly do talking head videos, and for the last 6 months, this setup has made recording smoother, faster, and way less frustrating. No more tangled wires all over the floor, no more tripods set up like booby traps all across the room, and it all runs off a single battery. You could literally move your whole YouTube studio from one room to another with one hand. Before I get too far into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Gabriel VIP, who had this initial idea. This is basically just my version of his idea. Hey, originality is not my strong point. I'm going to show you piece by piece and step by step how I built my own YouTube studio rig that's been my go-to for the last 6 months or so. The SmallRig VT20 is the core of the whole setup. It's a desktop tripod, but it's strong enough and sturdy enough to hold everything without tipping over or flexing. I could adjust the camera to be exactly at eye level, and since I don't plan on growing anymore, I could just set it once and forget it. It does have mounting threads on the side and on the bottom, although I don't use them on this particular rig. It's just nice to know that in the future, if I want to add any accessories like lights or different mics, I could attach them via Magic Arms by SmallRig. So let's start mounting a couple of things on the tripod. To power the whole rig, I use a SmallRig VB50 V-mount battery that cost around $100 at the time of this recording. It has a USB-A and a USB-C port that supports fast charging. It has a bright display, and it has 8-volt and 12-volt DC barrels and a D-tap. The whole battery charges in under an hour, and with the entire rig powered by this one battery, I could shoot up to 4 hours. But I never do. I mean, that sounds like a nightmare. I connect the battery to the tripod via a SmallRig. Oh, I just realized that the majority of this rig is put together using parts by SmallRig. SmallRig does not sponsor this video, okay? But maybe they should. Anyway, I connect the battery to the tripod via a mini V-mount battery plate with a clamp attached to it. I just clamp it to one of the legs of the tripod, then slip the battery onto the plate. Now, let's attach the camera. Because I have a, you guessed it, SmallRig camera cage on my Sony ZV-E10, I could attach the camera directly to the tripod without a plate. The cage basically acts like a built-in plate. Listen, real quick, I know you don't need a cage for your camera, but I absolutely recommend getting one anyway. Adding a little protection to your $800 to $5,000 camera is never a bad thing. Plus, the cage lets you mount cold shoes on it, and we'll get to why we do that in a minute. To attach the camera battery, you need a dummy battery with a DC male connector, and you just insert the dummy battery into the camera and plug the connector into the 8-volt port on the battery. Make sure it's the 8-volt port, not the 12-volt port, the 8-volt port. If you plug your camera into the 12-volt port, the battery could potentially fry your camera. I've seen it done, and it may or may not have happened to me. For my audio, I use the DJI wireless mic mini. I ordered some extra cold shoe mounts from that company I already talked about and installed them on various parts of the camera cage. I put one on the side of the camera to attach the transmitter to the camera, and I just wear the mic mini receiver on my shirt or on my hat, and I get an incredible wireless audio signal. It's simple, it's clean, and it's reliable. The range is great, the sound is solid, and it takes a couple of seconds to attach. The Sony flip-out screen on the ZV-E10 is fine. It's fine. It's fine if your eyes are 25 years old. Mine aren't. So I added the Andy Sin A6 Plus monitor. It's bright, it's clear, and it shows exactly what your shot looks like. I attached the monitor to the top of the camera cage via a cold shoe and a SmallRig 1/4-inch mini ball head cold shoe mount adapter with a 1/4-inch 20 thread. I had to read that too. There's no way I was going to remember that. The HDMI mini port on Sony cameras are notoriously fragile. So what I did was I picked up a micro HDMI to HDMI adapter from Newer that attaches directly to the cage. So if there's an accident, no pressure gets put on the micro HDMI port on the actual camera. A standard HDMI cable then just plugs from the adapter into the monitor. Then you simply plug a DC male-to-male extension cable into the 12-volt DC barrel on the battery. So this is the complete setup. Microphone, camera, monitor, all powered by one battery. Is it the cleanest setup in the world? Absolutely not. I admit that my cable management could use a little bit of work, and if I'm going to be honest, I don't like how the small rig battery looks with the open flap every time I use the rig. But overall, this setup has been a tremendous time saver in setting up and recording videos for the old YouTube there. Oh, one last thing. You'll probably notice that there's no lighting involved with this setup. And while the battery could definitely handle adding a light through the D-tap, I have a very small studio here. And I don't have space for multiple soft boxes, key lights, tripods, and I'm in a wheelchair. Do you know what kind of nightmare that would be trying to navigate through all of that? So I came across something this year that I can't believe it's taken me this long to even figure out. A light stand on wheels. Who would have thought it? This here is a folding wheel-based stand by a company called Impact. It's heavy duty, it'll support up to 26 pounds, and the weighted base takes up a smaller footprint than a regular light tripod. So I could basically get away with one softbox attached to this and have lighting for everywhere in my little studio. Plus, the heavy-duty wheels roll around like a $2,000 desk chair, so movement of this thing is ridiculously simple. So there you have it. That's a basic overview of my YouTube setup that I use for all of these videos. Now, I know I don't know a lot about a lot, okay? But I heard somebody say one time, I think it was Kevin Colby in a video, he said, in order to make YouTube videos, you don't have to be an expert at something. You just need to know a little bit more than another person that may be watching that video. Hopefully we did that today. Listen, it's all about moving forward and learning something, right? If this video helped you in any way, drop a comment and let me know. And also, if you think there's anything I could do to make my videos better, drop a comment. Until next time, my friends, stay loud, stay lazy, and go out and make something after you've liked and subscribed.